And good morning, everybody. We welcome you back inside the Grant Harvey Arena here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. We are getting set for our second game of the day. The first one ended early, in case you were wondering why it was a bit of a delay or why you saw the graphic up on the screen for a while. The first game ended in the mercy rule. It ended after just 2 periods of play, so we had a full period off there for a while. All right, let's just come up inside the booth for just a moment. Just before we get to the national anthem, we've got a game in the women's B division coming up now between the St. John Thundercats and the Ottawa Spartans. The Spartans are 0-2. The Thundercats, let me get my schedule out so I can remember. The Thundercats they've played one game. They've lost that game. Time now for the national anthem. Quickly pop back up inside the booth for just 1 minute. This is our broadcast location. Beautiful broadcast booth here at the Grant Harvey Arena. Again, to clarify, Ottawa 0-2 and the St. John Thundercats are 1-0 coming into this game. My name is George Scott. This is our second of 8 games we're going to bring you today. Again, the first one ended early after 2 periods. Mercy rule, team ahead by 7 or more goals after 2 periods. The game is called off. So we did have a little bit of a break to start things off, but 7 more games to bring you, starting with this one. Let's go back down to floor level. And we are underway in this women's B game. Back behind the goal to pick it up, clearing it around the board. This is Vanessa Ferris. Little chip off the boards. Nice little play there by Ross. Played in front and great chance. I think they had a chance to clear it and fanned on it. Again, another chance. That time it was Saint Laurent who missed. So quick start for Ottawa. They are in the red and black. The St. John Thundercats in the black and the white and other trim. Pass just off the mark for Isabel Matt. Play along the boards. Over on the far side. Played in by Ottawa, but they can't control it. St. John will bring it out. They'll get to center. That was Sam Burpee. No further than the blue line. Desjardins, she lost it. Taken back behind the goal by Becca Harris of St. John. Harris setting up behind her own goal. Starting goaltenders, by the way, for St. John. There you see Rachel Lund. Down at the other end to our left is Melanie Simard. That shot high over the top of the goal by Hannum. Able to keep it in. St. John, they'll throw it behind the goal. Desjardins. No further than the blue line, kept in by Harris. That shot off the mark. St. John stay on it. Parizeau gets it to the front of the goal, covered by Simard. There's going to be a penalty for holding. And it looks like it's going to go against Ottawa. Nicole Seguin, has gone off. Seguin gone to the penalty box. Power play for St. John. Randy Stewart won the face-off. Back to LeBlanc. Chantal LeBlanc. Back to Stewart. Nice pass across. That shot was blocked. Came in from Parizeau. And it's cleared down the floor. So they'll set up again. They'll try and gain the offensive zone by getting it over the blue line. Once they do, they can bring it all the way back to center and remain onside. Floating blue line in ball hockey. Once again, sent down the floor by Ottawa. Stewart looking for an opening to get it to a teammate, to get it just in over the blue line. It's in, but can they get possession? And the answer is no. Now racing onto it. St. Laurent with a shorthanded breakaway backhand. Save is made by Lunn. Great shorthanded opportunity there for Ottawa. St. Laurent was in all alone. Burpee trying to get around the outside. She does, takes it around behind the goal. She was met there by Michelle Kerr of Ottawa. Hannum got it in along the boards rather. Kept in by Hannum. That was stopped by St. Laurent. That'll do it for the power play. Penalized player back on the floor. Again, went right to the bench, and they were late getting another player on. Eventually, Valerie Dufour came on, but they played 5 or 6 seconds there with just 4 players out there. Did Ottawa. Steph Ford trying to get to it down the quarter for St. John. Desjardins was watching her, comes out in front, no shot forthcoming. Crook played it behind the goal. Desjardins along the boards, kept in over there by Bork. Ferris couldn't shoot it, and the whistle goes. Got another penalty again to Ottawa. This time it'll be Stephanie Desjardins holding again. Timeout called by St. John. Last time they had a power play, they gave up a great shorthanded opportunity to Ottawa, so they want to discuss their power play. As they do that, let's take a break and hear from our sponsor, Napper. All right, timeout is over. It'll be a power play for St. John. 2-minute variety. 9:42 left to go here in the first period. No score. The best scoring opportunity belongs to Ottawa. Short-handed breakaway by Chantal St. Laurent. Face-off won by St. John. Champagne. Into Henman. Champagne. We'll drop it back at the point. Hannum able to walk right in. Shot one off a leg into the corner. Getting there first is O'Shea. Henman. Back to Hannum. Save is made by Simard. Stays onside. Ball goes high in the air. Getting to it first will be Dufour. Can't get it out. Kept in. That went off a stick. Trying to track it down in the corner. Steph Ford threw it in front of the goal. Battle for it there. Winning that battle was Henman, trying to jam it in. O'Shea back at the point. Hannum. O'Shea. In the circle, shoots. Pad save made by Simard. Jumping on the rebound was Kerr. That went off, I believe, the St. John player. Deflected, up and out of play. Both teams making full changes. 43 seconds to go in the power play. No, I guess it just went off the Ottawa player because the faceoff will stay in their end. They win the faceoff. Here they come, short-handed again. This time it's Doran. Stopped at the blue line. Still onside, though, and sent in a little bit deeper by Desjardins. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Pass at the blue line, trying to get to it is Stewart, knocked off her stick. Ball goes into the corner. Ferris in there first for St. John. Ferris. Back to the point to LeBlanc. Ball got away from her. Lana's got to come out to play it. Penalty is over. We're back to even strength. Get it up to Parizeau. Ball rolls down gently to Simard. Simard will leave it there for Desjardins. We're back to 5-on-5. Halfway through this opening period. Savoy got it to Martin. And that will go behind the goal, picked up there by Harris. Harris to Hannum. Hannum, cross four, was looking for Crook. Crook goes in to chase, sliding in to knock it off her stick was Dufour. Weak shot in by Crook. Save made by Simard. Another save by Simard. Crook's had a couple of chances on this shift. Couldn't beat Simard. Harris back behind her own goal to pick it up. Along the boards. Played by Steph Ford. Ford got Champagne with her. Ford. Shot, save made by Simard. Behind the goal, on it first, Fauchier. Works it out in front, save made by Simard. Back at the point, able to hold it in is Lavigne. Kerr has it for Ottawa. Off the boards, Harris will keep it in. Pass across, that will come out over the red line. Lavigne. Across the way, the whistle has gone. Ball went out of play. Well, referee's going over to the scorekeeper's bench. Too many players on the floor against Ottawa as the ball came over towards the bench. Indicated there were 6 players out there. A bit of a mix-up on the line change as the ball came over to the bench. Nicole Seguin will serve the penalty for Ottawa. So a third straight power play opportunity for St. John. Scores! The big slap shot coming in from Melanie Faucheur, and that didn't take long. 6 seconds into that third power play. Too many players on the floor. It's back to hurt Ottawa. Right from the face-off. Back to Hannum. Faucheur. And from just inside the blue line, she rips one. Top shelf. Simard barely moved. Didn't really see it till it was past her. And it is 1-0 for St. John. St. Laurent in to pick it up for Ottawa, just taps it behind the goal, and St. John will be able to pick it up there. Parizeau to Stewart. Stewart's got some room on the left. Stewart breaking for the goal, made the pass across. Ball ends up in the far corner. Now a breakout for Ottawa. Savoy into the middle. St. Laurent shoots, scores! Chantal St. Laurent has tied it for the Spartans. A shot right along the floor beats the goaltender. So Savoy will bring it in on the right side. St. Laurent just spots that soft area in the high slot. The defender had backed up a bit and beats the goaltender low, glove side. Tied at 1. Desjardins played it back. Pass, good one. On the stick. Sorry, that is Desjardins. That was, well, two Desjardins, I just noticing. Melanie Desjardins made the pass to Stephanie Desjardins. The shot came in and Luff made the save. Thought I'd call the wrong name when I realized it. Anyway, two Desjardins. Melanie and Stephanie. 31 and 88. Distracted. There's a little kid right below us who has now called out mom, I think 142 times in the last minute and a half approximately. Another chance for Ottawa. That shot was knocked down. Anybody a Family Guy fan? Remember when Stewie kept calling out to Lois, Mom, Mom, Mom? That's kind of what was happening right below us. Desjardins off the boards. That'll be held in by LeBlanc. To Faucheur. Down into the corner. Hannum. Melanie Desjardins watching her. Hannum trying to turn. Feeds it into the slot. Good pass, good shot, better save. Another save by Simard. Two good chances there for Crook. She's had 3 or 4 good opportunities. Simard has beaten her each time. Hannum gets free. Shot, another save by Simard. Melanie Simard keeping her team in it with a number of big saves. St. John has had the better of her play, aided by 3 power plays. And Ottawa forced to just get rid of it so they can get some fresh legs out on the floor. Faceoff will come back in their end. Down to 2:48 to go. Just the first period of this one. And the mom continues. Is that on a recording? It's on a loop. Shot from the point did not get through to the goal. It's cleared into the corner. Picking it up there is Martin. Harris hustling back into her own end to pick it up. Becca Harris. Up to Fauchier. Can't get it out. It'll be kept in by Ottawa. Kerr plays it back in behind the goal. Harris up at the blue line. Gets it to Champagne. He's working one-on-one. Oh, what a move. Champagne breaks and shoots. Scores! What an individual effort. Renee Champagne. Let's take a look at that one, shall we? Just beats the defender like they're not even there. Outside, inside. Whoop, where'd you go? And then over the blocker, or over the pad, under the blocker on the other side. That's a highlight goal. 2-1, St. John leading. Savoy into the middle, right on to the stick. Good pass to Duran. Duran with a backhand. That goes just over the top of the goal. Kept in by Ottawa. Off the boards by Dumas. Kept in. Daou. That just went over the top of the goal. It was tipped nicely by Doran. Wilson. Wilson with a long shot. Sits in the high slot. Everybody trying to get a stick on it there. Finally comes out towards center. Good job by Wilson to hold it in. Good shift here by Ottawa. That got past Dumas. She continues on, finally comes up with it. Now it's shot around the near boards out towards the blue line. Can they get it out this time? They do. So that's going to go down the floor, and that will be a flooring call against the St. John Thundercats. 22.9 to go in the opening period. It's been an interesting one. A shorthanded breakaway. A couple of beautiful goals. Ball is played over into the far corner, getting there first. Lauren Henman. Henman back behind her own goal. To LeBlanc. LeBlanc clears it down the floor, and 4.6 seconds left to go. Another face-off deep in the St. John end. Matt to face off against, I believe that's Hannum taking the face off. It is for St. John. Ball will go to the boards. One last chance, and it goes up into the stands. Period comes to an end. 2-1, St. John leading Ottawa after the opening 15 minutes of play. We'll be back in 2 minutes from now. Hopefully, kid gets her mom's attention by the time we come back for the second period. You're watching the Canadian Ball Hockey Men's BC&D and the Women's B National Championships. We are in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Back in 2. And we're back for the start of the second period. 2-1, St. John leading Ottawa. There's a shot and a save made by Lunn. An early opportunity there for Ottawa. Play it off the boards. Comes back to the point. There's a shot. I was told not to be too loud. Someone's trying to take a nap in the press box. So I thought I'd get a little extra excited on that play. Got to pace it. Crook. Got a lot of games to go. Medal games to do on Sunday. Let it build as the week moves along. Save made by Simard. Kicked it out with the left pad. Stick knocked out of the hands, and that's going to be a slashing penalty against St. John. That will get called every single time. Melanie Fouchier gone to the penalty box. And, of course, slashing is 4 minutes in ball hockey, the stick infractions. First power play for Ottawa in this game. St. John had 3 in the first period. Face-off win, back of the point. Kerr with a shot that rattles off a couple of feet and goes into the corner. Ottawa maintained possession. Daou. That came in front, and Lunn able to track it and get the left pad down. That shot did not get through. Again, Ottawa maintained possession. Savoy holding it along the half wall, having a look around. Towards the front of the goal, that's picked off and sent down the floor. 3:20 to go in the 4-minute slashing penalty. Michelle Kerr will start things off here for Ottawa. She elects to just shoot it in. Ottawa will go in and forecheck. Harris back there first for St. John. Can't get it out. It'll be kept in here on the near side by Daou. Great pass. Just off the heel of the stick of Savoy. She was set up the side of the goal and then backhanded out by Champagne. A long pass up at the bench, but Ottawa were changing. So that's going to go for a flooring call. Miscommunication there, that long stretch pass up at center, but the player she had intended to be the receiver of that was heading off the floor. So that didn't work. Ottawa still on the power play. Just 2 minutes left to go now in that 4-minute slashing penalty. And Bork will send it back down the floor. Going back to pick it up, Emma Wilson. Wilson slowly towards the blue line, gets it to center, and she'll just shoot it in. Again, they'll go in and try and chase and gain possession, and they do. Desjardins, Melanie Desjardins, she and Wilson crisscross. They'll go to Wilson. Wilson with the one-timer. That shot well wide. Goes up in the air. Comes to the side of the goal. Backhand doesn't get through, and it's cleared to the boards. St. John had a chance to clear it. Kept in by Wilson. Hopped over the stick of Eggert. Eggert now has it in the corner. Tried to backhand it towards the front of the goal. Threw it into the slot that's chopped behind the net. Eggert has it again. 53 seconds to go in the power play. Desjardins. Wilson. Given room. Shot. That's a better one. Right on. Goal save made by Lund. That got through all the traffic right to the goaltender. 35 seconds left. Desjardins. She'll bring it in herself. Now stops up along the wall. St. Laurent. St. Laurent able to walk right out. Shot. There were bodies in front. I think it hit a leg and ended up behind the goal. St. Laurent trying to play it back to the point. Wilson's got it. Wilson. She had Ferris all over her, and coming away with the ball is Henman. Henman for St. John. Only 5 seconds to go in the penalty. And the penalty is now over. Back to 5-on-5. Good penalty kill by St. John. Faucheur, that's Henman rather. That's Faucheur. Came out the penalty box. Was right the first time. She loses it. St. Laurent has it. St. Laurent up through center, in over the blue line. Tried to pass it off to the right. That was picked off, but Ottawa retrieve it again. Savoy to St. Laurent. Knocked down. St. Laurent can't touch it. It would be a hand pass. Good play by St. Laurent. Now behind the goal. Doran into the corner. Getting there. Stephanie Desjardins. That's stolen by LeBlanc. LeBlanc rips it around the boards, but it'll be kept in by Daou. Daou has it taken away. Pass was intended for Champagne. Too far for her. Actually, that was Steph Ford, number 9. It's the intended receiver. And it is Ford who now has it. Sends it down deep into Ottawa territory. Kerr around the boards finds Mickelson's. Mickelson's knocks it down. Bouncing ball. Still kept in by St. John. Matt had her stick lifted. They'll try it again. They'll get it out over center. No further. Knocked down there by LeBlanc of St. John. Here's Champagne. She's dangerous. I saw her score a goal yesterday in a game played at this arena, and then she had that highlight goal earlier in this one, the first period. Stephanie Desjardins up ahead to Mickelson's. Only to center. That's picked off. Brought in by Burpee. Her pass was intercepted. So we go back and forth in the center floor area. That pass to nobody in particular, taken by Seguin of Ottawa. Seguin to Eggert. She can't move on it. Desjardins hustling back into her own end. It's Melanie Desjardins. Shot back in. That shot by Parizeau went just wide. Samard may have gotten a piece of it. Desjardins and Crook behind the goal. Crook comes up with it for St. John. Tried to center it. 2-4. Again, Ottawa can't clear it. Here's Harris, steps into it. That's way over the top of the goal. Eggert will get to it first for Ottawa. Can't get it out, though. Play continues on. A long shot in by Lavigne. A long stretch here without a whistle. Watch this now. Quickly will the whistle come after I mention that. Do 4. Don't say I didn't call it, folks. Here's the whistle. Flooring call will come back down to our right. Timeout called by Ottawa. We'll take a break as well. As soon as I say a long stretch without a whistle, you know. Automatic. Timeout Ottawa. They trail it 2-1. 6:09 left to go in the second period. All the scoring in the first. Face-off in the Ottawa end. Left goaltender Melanie Simard. Rung around the boards, picking it up. There's Duran. Can't get it out. Harris will hold it in at the left point. Harris just throws it into the corner. In there first is Dufour for Ottawa, and the ball goes up and into the mesh down in the corner. Chance in the slot and somehow ripped wide from right in front. Great chance there for St. John to extend their lead. St. Laurent. St. Laurent beating a couple of defenders, and the ball goes into the corner. She'll play it around the boards. Still in along the boards. 4 players in there. Comes free. On it is Kerr. She'll make the pass across. It's Wilson's shot. Did not get through. Coming away is Henman. Henman, sharp angle. Shot well wide of the goal. Pass just beyond the reach of Savoy. Champagne. Faucheur, shot save made by Simard. Ball bouncing around the corner. Ottawa get to it first. Unable to hold it in. Well, he does get back to center and hold it in. Good work there by Dumas. Into the slot. Champagne was looking for Faucheur. Just missed her. Went in the corner, back at the point. Shot by Bork goes into the corner. Try and get it back to Bork. He's trying to hold it in. Has it taken away? Pass to an open wing. Racing onto it is Savoy. Savoy has it for Ottawa. Spots Stephanie Desjardins. Her shot. That went off of Dumas into the corner. Desjardins following up on it. Takes it behind the goal. Chipped it out in front. Faucheur. Weak clearing attempt. It'll be kept in by Ottawa. Matt. She'll back up. Have a look around. Ball bouncing to the front of the goal. Lund made the save. It's loose. They score. Weak shot in, but the ball started bouncing around. Nobody could find it right away. It made its way to the goal and then eventually was tipped in. And we're tied. Here it is. Savoy just backing up, throws in front. Then this is where the ball just starts bouncing. Lund can't find it. And it's banged in at the side of the goal. We're tied at 2. LeBlanc throws it in behind the Ottawa goal. On it first is Seguin to Desjardins. Ball goes high in the air in the circle. Batted out of the air. Plays allowed to continue. Not a high stick. In behind the goal, Hannum. Hannum holding off Matt. Hannum still with it. Cycles it down a little bit lower to to Crook. Back at the point, kept in by St. John Burpee. The shot goes wide of the goal, comes to the near boards. 2 players arrive at the same time. Good hustle there by Burpee to get to it first and clear it into the corner. Daou for Ottawa has it taken away by Henman. Henman will hold it. Under 2 to play here in the second. Now they'll get it out. Mickelson's. Didn't get to center though. Shot it in. Heads to the bench. No call. Wilson. LeBlanc. Stewart. Parizeau got it in over the blue line, but it's taken away. It's Desjardins. Desjardins with a good rush. Gets it to the trailer, Martins, and the shot did not get through. Backhand did, and Lund made the save. And hustle by Burpee. Burpee was tripped up as she went to the boards, and that's going to be a penalty to Ottawa. And she was racing up that left side. The Ottawa player slid over to the boards, took the feet out from under Burpee, and Emma Wilson will go to the penalty box for 46.2 seconds to go in the period. Well, I thought there was going to be a power play. But a penalty's also been called against Sam Burpee, the player who was tripped up. And to be honest, I missed why she was given to. We're going to get an explanation over here at the bench. See if I can hear it. The explanation was given to the coach right down below us, but unfortunately couldn't catch what the explanation was. Being told it was contact to the head. I'd like to get some further explanation of that one. The Ottawa player went down, slid into her, and as she went over the top, apparently her knee or some part of her body contacted the head of the player, which slid under her. Anyway, we are at even strength. Time winding down here in the second, just 20 seconds left to go. Chance here, Champagne, look out, she can go, and here she goes. Oh, just lost the handle at the last second. Fades it out in front, and a shot came in from Steph Ford. So a couple of chances in the dying seconds for St. John, but we remain tied at 2 at the end of 2. And we will be back with the third period in 2 minutes from now. Third period underway. We've got an explanation on why that was a penalty against Burpee for contact with the head. Apparently that had happened down inside the blue line. That was an initial call, and it was actually a delayed penalty. The ball had come up towards center. Burpee was racing after it while there was a delayed penalty when she was tripped up. So the player on Ottawa got the tripping call. Burpee went into the box for the head contact, which had happened just a few seconds previous. So now it all makes sense. So we continue 5-on-5 to start this third period. We are tied at 2. Shot by Duran was knocked down. St. Laurent followed up on it, got it to the boards. It'll be kept in by Sagan to Desjardins. Melanie Desjardins. She lost it, and it'll come out over center. Sagan. Good pass to Savoy. St. Laurent with a shot. That got through to goal, and Lund makes the save. No rebound. Spartans seem to be playing better and better as this game goes on. St. John had much the better of it in the first period. Now, they did have 3 power plays, grant you. But Ottawa, after losing their first 2 games, are showing a lot of fight in this one against the 1-0 Thundercats. Ferris just missed Stewart, who was cutting for the front of the goal. St. John maintained possession. This is Stewart. A lot of bodies in front. Ball goes to the board. Stewart's on it again. Very sharp angle off a stick out of play. That'll stay in the Ottawa end. Quick face-off win, a shot right away by Parizeau and a good save by Simard. Desjardins trying to move it out for Ottawa. It comes out over center. Dumas to the far boards. Wilson out at center. Backhanded back inside the Ottawa end. Desjardins has it there. Ottawa can't get it deep. Here's Champagne. High slot, shot, good blocker save by Simard. That was a good shot, a good save. Champagne takes it off the boards. Into the slot. That one just missed. Boy, she's got a hard shot. Quick release. He's trying to go high glove side that time. Did not miss by much and had a lot on it. That's tipped away. Racing after it. Doran. Couldn't get to the ball. Good defensive play that time by Chantal LeBlanc of St. John. Wilson. Off the foot of Duran. Burpee battling. Saint Laurent able to hold it in. Good pass down to Savoy. Trying to get it back to Saint Laurent and pass just a little bit behind her. Also had her stick lifted at the last second. Ottawa with some possession now in the St. John end. Seguin down into the corner. Saint Laurent has it there. Right out in front. It's cleared by St. John. No further than the blue line. Back in behind the goal. LeBlanc. He picked up here on the near side by Savoy. She lost it, and St. John, after all that time in their own end, just decided to get rid of it. It'll be a flooring call. Will come back in their end, but they will be able to change. So they can get some fresh bodies out there. It's been a long time chasing in their own end, and that's tiring. Ottawa also changing. Daou will shoot it back in for Ottawa. That hit the outside of the goal, the shot from Mickelson's. That one was blocked. Henman. Outlet pass, but can't get it out over center. Still kept in by Ottawa. Seguin. Shot off a St. John player. Stays right there. Again, they can't get it out. This is Seguin. Doesn't shoot it. Too far out. Pass to Desjardins. That's broken up. Backhanded in by Crook. Daou behind her own goal. Ball comes out in front, and on it first is Matt for Ottawa. Was looking for Desjardins. She couldn't handle the pass. Ottawa changing. St. John getting in a few changes as well. Hannum to Harris. Parizeau. Comes to the boards. Ottawa has it. Eggert, no further than center. Sent back in by Levine. Bouncing ball into Simard. She tried to cover it up. It got away from her. Diving in to clear it was Wilson. Only to the boards. Another shot. Scores! Wow, that happened in a hurry. Looked like Ottawa were going to clear. It was kept in at the blue line. Shot towards the goal. And I believe that was number 8, Stewart, who got a stick on it and redirected it and has given St. John a 3-2 lead. See here, it's kept in. And just the redirect from between the circles and a little fist pump. And it's 3-2. Comes with just under 9 minutes left to go in the game. Champagne drops it. Fauchier rolls into Simard. Simard will cover it up. Trying to split the defense and able to is Desjardins. Scores! Didn't think she was going to be able to catch up to it, but she dove at the last second. Beat the goaltender to the ball. Maybe the goaltender a little bit hesitant to move out. Got caught a little deep in the net there. You see her just splits the defense. And at this point, I thought she wasn't going to get to it. But you see the defender, or the goaltender rather, stays in, reaches out with just one hand on the stick, pokes it past the goaltender. We're tied again. Three. Nothing settled yet in Champagne. Mentioned before, she can shoot it. That one rifled over the top of the net. Comes in front, sprawling to make the save. Simard. Fauchier behind the goal. Fauchier holding off the defender, LeBlanc. Trying to find somebody, having a look around. LeBlanc got a stick on it as that ball was headed towards the front of the goal. Matt backhands it into St. John territory. One off the foot of LeBlanc. Crook. The off wing, weak shot, easy save for Simard. Mickelson's. She lost it. Taken by Burpee. Burpee racing in. Met there by Michelle Kerr. Kerr with a good defensive play. The ball goes up in the air. St. Laurent trying to get it to settle. She's dangerous. St. Laurent tried to make the pass across to Savoy. That was broken up. Harris goes back behind her own goal to collect the ball. 6:40 to go. Good outlet pass. Not handled cleanly though. Following up on the play. Henman trying to get around the defender. Henman forced to the boards. Desjardins stayed with her. Henman's got it. Back at the point. Harris can't shoot it. Lifts it behind the goal. Hannum back there. Hannum. He's got a little bit of room to work now. Hannum lost the handle. Desjardins trying to track it down. The bigger Hannum comes away with the ball. St. Laurent with it. St. Laurent. Nice move to give herself some room. She's going to head to the bench. She looked a little tired, and it will be a flooring call against Ottawa. You could see St. Laurent was out of gas, looking to just get it off the board so she could go to the bench, but a little too much mustard on it. Little Dijon mustard. Grey Poupon. Remember that commercial? No? Anybody? Just me. .547 left to go in the third. Referee's gone over to the timekeeper's bench. Another discussion there. Okay, we're good to go. Face-off win for St. John. Shot over the top of the goal from Levine. Net is dislodged. They'll get that put back. Another face-off win for St. John. Again, they were trying to get it back to Levine. That time it was intercepted, but they've got the ball again now deep in Ottawa territory. Ferris gets it out in front. Save made by Simard. Ball goes to the boards. On it first is Dufour. Dufour working it out. Trying to get it out over center. She can't. It'll be kept in by St. John. Backhanded in by Stewart. Daou to Dufour. She's met by Harris. Harris doing good work to hold it in. Sweeps it down into the corner. Ottawa intercept it. Ottawa send it down the floor. That will go wide of the goal. There'll be a flooring call against Ottawa. Down to 4:54. Just under 5 to play. All knotted up at 3. Ottawa calling a timeout. Napper, the official sponsor of these national championships. They have been for the last couple of years. They make some of the best ball hockey equipment you'll ever find. The shoes, sticks, shin pads. Timeout is over. Face-off will be in the Ottawa end to the right of goaltender Melanie Simard. Trying to chase it down in the corner is Michelle Kerr. Gets it to St. Laurent. St. Laurent does a good job to knock that out of the air, control it. Moves it up ahead for Doran. She stopped. Wilson. Can't get it out. Held in by Ford. Ford's got a bit of room. Drops it back. Champagne makes the pass. Oh, what a save by Simard. Beautiful play. They set up Faucheur at the right post. And Simard with a huge save. This line has been dynamite for St. John. Faucheur, Champagne, Ford. And it's kept in. Ball bouncing around in front of Simard. Knocked down. Played towards the boards. Faucheur. A couple of Ottawa players in there working along the boards. It'll be kept in by St. John. Hannum winds up the big slap shot well wide of the target. Kept in. Henman for Hannum. Again it goes deep. Kerr behind the goal for Ottawa. Michelle Kerr. Good outlet. Savoy. Will stop and go along the boards. Feeds it into the slot. Backhand. Big pad save made by Lund. Sagan shoots it in. Ottawa changing. Hannum. Cleared in by Henman. Desjardins for Ottawa. Runs it up the left side, shoots it in. Hard around the boards by LeBlanc. Maybe a little too hard. That'll go down the floor. We'll get a whistle. Under 2.5 to play. 2:29 to go in this one. Ottawa versus St. John. Spartans versus the Thundercats. St. Laurent. Shot, save made by Lund. Seven teams in the Women's B in these national championships. Each team will play 4 round-robin games. Top 4 seeded teams advance to the semis. Ottawa lost their first 2 games, so they desperately need points. Daou back in her own end to retrieve. That's picked off by Stewart. Can't move on it. Pass by Durand across to St. Laurent. St. Laurent is poke checked. Ball is kept in. Durand backhands it in around behind the goal. LeBlanc plays it along the boards. It'll be kept in. Into the slot. Here's St. Laurent again. St. Laurent turning and going. Oh, what a move by St. Laurent. A shot. Didn't go in. That time is saved by Lund. And Lund able to keep it out. The first one may have hit the post. But what a move by Chantal St. Laurent in the high slot to shake the defender. Just made the pivot. Faked left, went right. Like a basketball player in the low post. A little shimmy shake. Had 2 great chances. Expect to see her on the floor a lot. Minute 32 to go. Here's St. Laurent again. That one went off a stick and just went wide. Ottawa continuing the pressure. That player knocked down. A good body check, but not in ball hockey. That was solid. So a penalty to St. John. Number 15, Sam Burpee gone back to the penalty box. Timeout. St. John. They're trying to hang on now. This game is tied at 3, and the last couple of shifts have been all Ottawa, led by number 91, Chantal St. Laurent. This timeout may work in Ottawa's favor. They've had their top line out there for quite a while. Now they'll get the rest and come back out for the power play. Only a minute 11 left to go. You see Rachel Lund heading back to her goal. I suspect she may be busy in this final minute. She's been busy in the last couple of minutes. Timeout's over. Power play coming up for the Ottawa Spartans. They've got Savoy, Durand, St. Laurent, of course, Melanie Desjardins, and Michelle Kerr. And they win the faceoff. Desjardins, Kerr with a shot. That deflected, went over the top of the goal. Let's see, they're going to say it went off a St. John player, so the faceoff will stay in the St. John end. Savoy in to take the faceoff against Stewart. Savoy wins it again. Back to Desjardins. Kerr with a wrist shot. Blocked. Savoy behind the goal. Plays it into the corner. Durand will go over to get it. Durand trying to get it back. Kerr, that shot over the top of the goal by Durand from a very sharp angle. Desjardins will keep it onside. 37 seconds to go in the game. Sailing around with a shot. Again blocked. Time by Fauchier. Down to Duran. Into the slot. Couple of Ottawa players in there. Nobody could get a stick on it. And it's cleared out. Down the floor. Time may run out here. Only 15 seconds to go in the game. There is no overtime in the round robin. 10 seconds. You better hustle. They tried. It's broken up. One last chance, maybe. One last shot. Got to shoot it. Time's going to run out. Buzzer goes. Wouldn't have counted. Great finish. St. John hold on. Two teams end up with 3 goals each. We've got a tie, so Ottawa picks up their first point, but 1 point may not be enough for them. They really need it to get a couple of points on the board. They go to 0-2-1. St. John 1-0-1. All right, so that's our second game of the day. The first one ended up in a mercy rule, ended after 2 periods of play. This one much more competitive. So we'll get ready now for our third game. We'll go to the men's C. Toronto Plugs, who we saw twice yesterday. We'll see them again, and we'll get our first look at the Edmonton Killer Bees. Game scheduled for 12:10, so we've got about 20 minutes before that game starts. This one went along fairly quickly. So we, of course, invite you to come back and join us at just after noon local time. The men's C, Toronto Plugs, Edmonton Killer Bees. We'll take a break and be back for that game. Invite you to come and join us then.